his headlights hit two people walking up this trail at him. And he got out of his truck and he was going to confront him, and he's standing there looking at him, and as they walked toward him, it dawned on him that they had like colonial type clothes on. The dog is just still. He's got him on a leash, and the dog is just freaking out. And he's like telling him to shut up, and he looks down. Next thing, he looks back up, and they're gone.
By the 1770s, a small town had been built beside the canal project. It was called Dismal Town. As work of cutting trees for lumber and digging the ditch continued, a young man and a young woman who had grown up there decided to get married. The day of the wedding, the young man walked to the swamp to go fishing. There would be a post-wedding feast, and he needed fish for the meal. He had not returned by mid-afternoon, but the bride-to-be was not worried. She put on her simple white wedding gown and waited. When the light began to fade, a search party went searching for the young man. The bride-to-be stayed in Dismal Town until darkness fell, but then her worries overcame her, and she went to search for the man she loved. Eventually the search party came back, but the bride and groom did not. Where the village once sat is a parking lot today. The ditch the men of the town were digging is still there. Beside it sits a long, straight path that burrows miles deep into the swamp.
The legend is that she was an Indian maiden of a chief that lived in the area, and she was due to marry one of the braves of the tribe. On their wedding day, she became very ill, and she actually died. Her father took her and buried her in a grave over near the lake because that was her favorite place to go. Well, her groom, the young brave, mourned and mourned over her. And he would have nightmares about her, and he envisioned her in the dirt being buried, and it just overcame him and actually drove him mad. And he would go to the edge of the lake and he would look, and he would see her up in the treetops talking to him. Eventually, he just succumbed to his madness, and he died also.
They made her a grave too cold and damp for a soul so warm and true, and she's gone to the lake of the dismal swamp, where all night long by a firelight lamp she paddles her white canoe, and her firefly lamp